is a cursed land. You have to be mad to settle here.
Hi, Zizaran here with another video, and we have the Necro Settlers Reset event starting in, well, 3 hours, 4 hours, something like that. So I wanted to make a video about it, what my plans are, and what I'm going to be doing. Man, I'm not even 100% sure what I'm going to be doing, but obviously we had the announcement timeline, which I went over in a previous video. Now, what I hadn't fully realized when making the previous video, the way the lantern works, I was thinking, oh, standard lantern, you just, you open up a zone and you get a lantern, just like Necro League. That's what I thought. But I hadn't fully read the fine print. The difference is that everyone has the same thing for an entire hour. So that means that mudflats will be, you know, transmute orbs for the entire hour for everyone from 11 to 12, right? And then at 12 it'll change. Maybe it'll be 30% pack size on one monster. And it's only positive mods, there are no negatives. Now, there are two outcomes here, and we already see Regal and Chaos Orbs. We don't know if there's going to be Divine and Seer, but it's going to be kind of boring without those, right? So it's either the event is boring, in my opinion, because Chaos Orbs, yeah, that's nice. We'll just have like really, really expensive Divines. It'll be like 700 Chaos per Divine, right? Because you can farm an insane amount, and you'll just keep farming that. Or the alternative is that Divines can drop, but that means that for an entire hour, beach or, you know, some map will have divines for everyone for that entire hour, or seer for everyone that entire hour. Those are the only two outcomes. It's either the event is a little bit more on the boring side and it's not that exciting. It's just like, oh yeah, I get more gumball currency. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying it's great if people find that exciting. I will not find it super exciting if the best thing that we can get from the lantern is Chaos Orbs, personally. That's just my take on it. However, there is a huge downside to if you can get Divine Orbs for a full hour in a zone. And the downside is you go to bed in Trade League, say you have 4 or 5 Divines, you go to bed, your friend has 4 or 5 Divines, you go to bed, and like, I'll see you when you wake up. Friend goes, I'm going to stay up. And in that hour, there are Divine Orbs. You wake up and your friend's like, oh yeah, I farmed 760 Divine Orbs in 1 hour. Excellent. Because like you get like anywhere from like 10 to 30 Divines in a map like that. And if you have a really blasty build, you know, you're doing 30-second or 1-minute maps. That's, well, I mean, we can do some rough maps. Like, let's say that you do have a really blasty build. You're doing 1-minute maps. So you're doing 60 an hour, maybe like, let's say 54. And then multiply by 20 divines, yeah, you get over 1,000. So farming like even 300 to 400 divines in that hour actually would be relatively easy, even on like a 2-minute, 3-minute build. We're saying like easily insane amounts. So is that a problem? For me, the FOMO thing, I don't know. For me, this is a SSF league because I don't really want to be in an economy where you can farm 800 divines in an hour. It does sound super fun for crafting. It's going to be really interesting for SSF and just have infinite divines. It'll probably be fun for a few days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play on hardcore solo self-found and just see how I feel. If I'm enjoying it, I will keep playing. I'm probably not going to turn my entire sleeping pattern around. I woke up a little bit later. I've been waking up 5 or 6 a.m. every day. Instead, now I woke up at 1 p.m. So I'm waking up 6 hours later. You're going to probably go to like 3 or 4 a.m. Have a little fun with it and see how day 1 is. And let that be, for me, the decision maker if I'm going to continue to play. If it's not fun, the things I'm going to do is like maybe like Factorial, Elden Ring, Court Keeper, a few other things. We'll see. Maybe RimWorld. I really don't know, but obviously it's going to be a bit of a rough 4 to 5 weeks for streamers before we get the PoE2 early access. And they did give us the information that the next event is not until February, next launch, which a lot of people found surprising, I guess, except for people that watch my stream, because I've been telling people since the start of Settlers, people have been like, Sis, when do you think the next league is going to be? And I'm like, I'm pretty confident it's in February. I think you can make arguments for December and January, but I'm pretty confident it's February. And people are like, really? Why? And then, I mean, I would explain and say that the reasons why, which was mostly, you know, the timing of the PoE League in November, which is when it was going to come out, means that I didn't think they were going to do a PoE1 League in December. and they don't like doing PoE1 leagues in December. They want to give their employees time off. And January is like the worst time to launch anything in gaming. So February made a lot of sense to me. So it is what it is. That is really shit, especially for streamers, especially for people that aren't interested in PoE2. So I understand that people are upset. But like they are just pounding all their effort into PoE2. I was very, very surprised by the Reddit, however, because so many people said that they had said that PoE2 was not going to affect PoE1. But nobody ever provided a source for that, nor have they ever said that to the best of my knowledge. The only thing I remember them saying was Ruthless would not affect PoE development, which I still feel like it has a little bit, but anyway, minuscule compared to how much PoE2 is affecting it. And PoE2 is affecting it a lot. The only thing I remember them saying is that after PoE2 is out, they're planning on doing more effort into PoE1 because they'll have a lot more free developers. And the last 2 years, there's been less than 10 people working on Path of Exile 1, and they've still been putting out banger content, right? So they've really got PoE1 like min-max nailed down. I definitely wish they still had a few people working on it so we could have a league a little bit before February. Obviously, again, for streamers, this is really rough. We make the majority of our money like around league starts, and we've had 2 league starts this year. So not like the end of the world for me, but definitely worried for like smaller streamers that are maybe, you know, just starting full-time and stuff. But yeah, interesting year. And hopefully 2025 and 2026 we'll have a lot more Path of Exile leagues. So I'm still gonna keep playing PoE. I'm sad. It is frustrating to get so little PoE content for the game that we love. But yelling at the developers isn't gonna make it better. They did say that the delay was because they want to make sure that people's accounts don't get ruined when transferring the PoE1 account to PoE2. For those that don't know, they're giving us all of our cosmetics, all of everything. From PoE1 in PoE2. They hadn't set aside, Jonathan said, enough time to make sure that that went smoothly, and they didn't want to risk breaking people's accounts, and that didn't seem like something that they can do later. So, I mean, it makes sense. It's good reasoning. You do only get one launch, whether it's early access or actual launch, and I would rather that go smoothly than be a disaster. So, I do think a delay, however painful it is a good call. And obviously, again, it sucks with the PoE1 league. It really sucks. For this event, build-wise, honestly, what I've been thinking would be fun for me would just be to do basically what people did in Gauntlet and rush Lightning Strike and do Ubers and try to do like really, really, really early Ubers, see what I drop, and then do builds around that. Other than that, I don't know, like obviously Spectral Shield Throw was fun, but it caps out so hard, and I don't love the build for SSF because the Risatha's Coil is such a big damage upgrade. So I'm definitely more of a fan of just doing something that comes online super fucking fast and then see what drops I do and do another build later. Obviously, it is going to be a bit stale build-wise. There's no like balance changes. There's nothing new. So it's just do whatever builds you enjoyed. Something I was thinking could be an interesting thing for me as a second build or to pivot into would be that I start doing Lightning Strike, have a Giga OP build, and then just farm a lot of currency on that and then do Essence Drain or like a Chaos build, because I haven't really done that this league and it's not super strong, but if we do get a shit ton of divines that I could pound into it, we could probably make something, you know, at the level that we can kill Ubers at least. Or at the very least be a strong tier 16, tier 17 strong mapper. So that's sort of where I'm at right now. That's what I've been thinking. If there's any other game you're particularly keen on me checking out if I'm not vibing with PoE, let me know. But either way, I'm going to try PoE, see how that goes. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you're playing in the event. Sub if you liked the video, but more importantly, try to die less than I do.